I'm Jonathan Jank with the Seward County Chamber and Development Partnership. I happen to be the current president of the Nebraska Chamber of Commerce Executives, and I'm here with Wendy Birdsall from the Lincoln Chamber of Commerce, as well as Brian Sloan with the Nebraska Chamber, who also serves as our secretary of the Nebraska Chamber of Commerce Executives. We're here today to present Wendy Birdsall with a Lifetime Achievement Award on behalf of the Nebraska Chamber of Commerce Executives. And we just want to say thank you, Wendy, for your tremendous leadership, not only here in Lincoln, but across the state, and I think really just setting a tremendous example for what it means to be a great and faithful chamber exec throughout the years. So,
well, Jonathan, thank you so much. I can't tell you what this means to me, and thank you, Brian. It has been a lifetime of experiences and achievements for the city of Lincoln. And it means so much to me coming from our organization that we support and are a good partner in. It's just humbling. So thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
So here's your official plaque.
Thank you.
And yes, congratulations.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it very much.
So, Wendy, we'd love to hear more about your story, and so if you wouldn't mind kind of introducing yourself to our audience, and also
Absolutely.
sort of telling us a little bit about your Chamber of Commerce story.
Thank you for asking. It's been an interesting foray into this career that I've been in for 30 years. I started my career as a dietitian at Bryan Health right here in Lincoln, Nebraska. They asked me to come to work for them to promote Lincoln's medical services to outstate Nebraska, and it just kind of grew from there. Mm-hmm. I worked for the Economic Development Organization as well as the Convention and Visitors Bureau. Mm-hmm. So I've kind of done everything in the chamber world. Yeah. And then I had the great fortune 16 years ago, I can't believe it's been that long, to be named the president of the chamber. And the rest, as they say, is history. And it's, as I've said, has just been so rewarding to work in a chamber and work and help build your community that you grow up in. Mm-hmm. And so just very meaningful. And to be a big part of Nebraska's growth and a big part of Lincoln's growth.
Sure. Well, the next question then for me is, what are some of the highlights that you've had throughout your career, getting to work in all those diverse experiences? What things stick out to you?
Well, so a number of things. I think, probably the biggest one and the biggest achievement has been the accomplishment of the Pinnacle Bank Arena. Mm-hmm. When we went to ask the voters for approval of that, it was back in 2008. It was a recession at that time. And we were thinking, this is iffy, but it's so important for the community. Mm-hmm. And not only did it, hit a home run in getting the vote passed to build that arena, but that whole development really was a grand slam. Yeah. And then I would say we probably won the World Series because the whole city changed its mentality and the way it looked at ourselves, the way we looked at ourselves. Mm-hmm. And so that would be one of the key ones. Mm-hmm. So economic development projects tend to stick out, but things you do in economic development for workforce, starting the Young Professionals Group, it's one of the biggest in the country. Yeah. And we've also helped work in Greater Nebraska to help grow the Young Professionals Group out there. Mm-hmm. Our Launch L&K program, where we give grants to startup companies to help them grow, is a big one. And then probably my favorite of all is our Jumpstart Challenge, where we go to businesses and say, bring a problem to our startup community and see if we can solve it, and see if we can grow it into something big. And we have done that. We've done just that on many occasions.
Yeah. Let me follow up with this. So one of the great things we have in this state is we have a lot of really talented upcoming chamber executives and chamber teams across the state, and you meet them. Jonathan and I get to meet them all the time. You've met them. Based on sort of everything you've learned in your career, what are those sort of life lessons for chamber executives that you'd want to share?
So the first thing that comes to my mind that I think is really important, not just in the chamber world, but of particular importance in the chamber world, don't be afraid to push the envelope. Do something. Don't keep the status quo as the way you approach your job. Push it and get yourself out of that comfort zone and try things that you never thought you'd try, and allow yourself to fail. because that's the place that those are the areas you grow the most. But being complacent, doing the same thing every year after year after year is not helping your community, it's not helping your chamber, and it's not helping you and your employees. So do things that make you uncomfortable.
Last question. You and I have been friends for a long time, and we share a lot of experiences, but I think we have also been blessed by a lot of great mentors along the way.
Yeah.
So talk to me about maybe one or two of your most important mentors along the way and what that meant career-wise for you.
Sure. So having come into this career from a very unusual position, from being in healthcare, although knowing healthcare is a very huge economic driver in every community, Kim Russell from Bryan Health was one of those such people. And she just offered great advice and mentorship and was very sage in her advice, and very, it would help me see, think about both sides of things and find the best solution that would be somewhere in the middle. So she's one of them. Mark LeBaron, who runs Lincoln Industries, another one of those people that very calm, demure, and will offer advice, will help you, lead you to the solution. He won't tell you the solution, but he asks the appropriate questions. And one last one, and we just lost her, is Joanne Martin. Anyone that knew Joanne Martin gives me goosebumps, and you knew her very well. Head of Emeritus, an incredible woman, an amazing business leader, and another amazing mentor that was also just so good and so giving of her time and her expertise, and we will miss her dearly.
So I said that was the last question. Of course, I lied as usual. So I do have one more, which is, you're one of my favorite people, not only in the chamber world, but just one of my favorite people.
Feelings mutual.
I know we're going to miss you. What are you going to miss most about the chamber world?
The people. And just to have, Jonathan and I don't know each other well, but I love coming into learning or meeting people I don't know, coming and, helping, advance objectives, but it's the people. It's hands down. It's the interactions with people, the partnerships, working to find solutions, and being part of the mix. I'll miss that. I really will.
And we're going to miss you.
Yeah.
You're a good friend and
you.
a great chamber executive.
Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it very much, and thank you, Jonathan.
Of course.
Appreciate it. And thanks to the folks that brought this award forward, and I'm just very humbled by it. It's very touching. Thank you.